Hey everybody, Nicole Kakuza here, founder of Skin Religion and Education. I'm here in my suite in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've been getting a lot of requests on how to appropriately apply lash tint and appropriately remove it without any stinging, burning, or contraindications. So, welcome. Today we are going to be starting with two dark towels. Okay, you're going to want dark towels because if you use lighter ones, chances are they're going to turn color because your client's going to want dark brown or black tint. So we want to keep our white towels white and our dark towels for our tinting. Then we are going to have an emesis bowl. Okay, this is a medical emesis container, and what this does is it's going to help to contour on the face for proper removal. We'll get more into that, but this is going to be your crown jewel for your removal. And this you can find out. Walmart.com has them. Also, any medical supply, they're very cheap, about $2. That's going to be the best thing in this whole tutorial. Also, cotton balls. You have your color here. We're going to mix it up. We're using it on Emily, my model here today. We're going to use dark black, deepest black for her. I use intensive, but obviously you guys use whatever you're comfortable with. We have our remover for any stain. We also have one cotton round, and what I did was I peeled it apart and I cut it into little half moons like this. Okay, so that is going to be on the eye area for protection. Also, a little bit of either an eye serum or an eye cream that you have that can work as an adhesive for the eye pads. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna have Emily, well, she came here today, we already gave her a facial, but we wanna make sure, and I do recommend always after, at the end of a facial to do a tint, because during the facial you can run into any lightening, brightening, anything you do around the eye area. You don't want to make the longevity of the tint not last as long. So you want to keep the longevity, so always after. Make sure that the lashes are clean and dry. If they are not and the client just comes in for a lash tint, remove it with a non-greasy formula eye makeup remover and make sure her lashes are very, very dry. Also, contact lenses are out, okay? So we are going to start with putting a little bit of my Skin Religion eye serum, though you guys can use whatever you want. We're going to ask Emily to open her eyes and look all the way up. And we're going to apply this right under the eye area, not going too close to the lash line, more around the orbital bone. This is going to work as the adhesive for the eye pads, okay? So we're going to ask Emily to keep her eyes all the way open and looking up, and we're going to put it underneath the actual bottom lash line. By doing that, when we apply the color, it's actually going to adhere to the bottom lashes as well. So you're going to get the bottom lashes and the top lashes fully covered. Very important. Okay, we're going to do the same on this side. And if you need to maneuver it a couple times, go right ahead. Also, as you can see, I got my black gloves on. You don't want your fingers turning black. It does not look good when you're doing aesthetics or anything else for that matter. So it's going to keep your nails and hands protected from any color. Also, at all times, keep a garbage pail right at your feet. I have one. You don't need to see it. No one needs to see the garbage pail, but it's right at my feet. Also going to come in handy later. I'll let you know. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to apply the color. So we're just going to mix it up. My little brush and my Dapin dish or Dapin dish, whatever you call them. Okay. And in the application, I just like to start at the base of the eyelid and work my way down. And she's going to keep her eyes closed. Just light little strokes right along the lash line. Okay. We're going to go to number 2. Okay. And the eye pads are going to make sure that none of the color gets into the actual eye area. Make sure she doesn't talk, don't have conversations with your client as you're applying. The more people talk, believe it or not, their expressions will kind of respond, and they may twitch their eyes or move their eyes, and any kind of twitching or movement could cause the pads to slip and then color to go into the eye, and we don't want that. And then as the color is on there, we're just going to kind of give little light brush strokes, making sure every lash is covered. Use every bit of the color. Don't use too much of the color because you don't want it to go to waste. You'll have to wind up throwing it away. You're better off applying, needing more, going back and making more than wasting it. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so what we're going to do now that she has her lash color on, you get anything on the eyelid, just kind of lightly stroke it over with a Q-tip and a little bit of your remover. Okay, don't go too deep, just very lightly. If you see anything bleeding, just kind of keep your eye on it. We're going to leave this on for about 12 to 16 minutes and we'll be right back with the removal. Okay, so it has been between 12 and 16 minutes and we are back with Emily, my model. We're going to be removing her lash tint now. So we talked about the 2 towels at the beginning. What I did was I folded it in half, each one, and you kind of just rest it very gently on the side of each cheek, okay? Making sure that if they have their clothes on, they have all their collars covered, their hair is perfectly covered with your head wrap, and this is going to also protect the head wrap from, getting any color on it. But we want the 2 towels to be perfectly contoured on each side of the face as is, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our MSS plastic bowl here. Again, walmart.com. You can grab one of these for $2 or any medical supply, very cheap. This will be life-changing for you in your removal. Okay, the contour is going to fit very, very, very perfectly and gently right on the face, and you're going to want to hold it tight, not too tight. You don't want to squeeze her face, but you want it contoured right across and enough of the towel showing that you know that she's perfectly protected. We also have about it's just filled just about a quarter full with some warm water, and as we contour her face here with the bowl, we're going to ask her gently to turn slightly to the left. Okay, you will have everything at hand as I do right here. I have my cotton balls and I'm going to take 1 or 2. And what we're doing is a warm rinse, okay? This was taught to me about 20 years ago when I first moved to Arizona by a mentor of mine, and it was, honestly, it helped me so much. I'd be doing a disservice to you guys if I weren't helping you along with, how to make your life a lot easier with lash tinting and removal. So I'm going to soak a little bit of these cotton balls here in the warm water, and as she tilts her head a little more here, okay, we're going to soak that off, and then we're going to gently remove her iPad here, and I just kind of put it in the corner of the bowl right there, and we're going to do a warm rinse. You're going to keep your eyes closed, and we're going to kind of just work this semi-quickly right through. It'll feel very relaxing to the client. It won't feel invasive or anything like that. It should feel just kind of like a nice little warm rinse, and you're going to just tell them to make sure their eyes are closed at all times, and again, refrain from any conversation. And I keep kind of going back in. And once you kind of see that your cotton ball there is pretty clear, okay, put the cotton there, pull away the bowl. Make sure she keeps her eyes closed. Take the towel, the dry part, kind of just dry her around very gently, and just pull it away. I usually take these, throw them in the hamper. I have my little garbage right at my foot. Empty it out, put a little bit more warm water. And we're going to ask her again, now here, turn to the right side. I'm going to grab my handy cotton balls, maybe a little more, okay. Soak them up. Gently remove the iPad in the corner. Again, hold gently, not too tight. Warm rinse. Keep going in, grabbing a little more. Warm rinse. Once you feel all the color's been off, again, stress that she keeps her eyes closed. Go in with the dry portion of the towel. Gently blot. Make sure no water has migrated down her neck or cheeks. Throw that in the hamper. Throw your cotton away. Emesis bowl in the sink. Then you'll follow up with 2 more cooled cotton balls. Again, making sure her eyes stay closed. Sometimes you'll see a little remnant, sometimes you won't, which is good. Feeling good, Emily?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, once you feel confident that the majority or all of the color has been removed, you ask her to open. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. Now, if they have a little bit of color, which could happen, it could resemble a little bit of a smoky eye, which is always nice, but if it's coming down onto the orbital bone area, you're going to want to use a little bit of remover, very gently, to remove any stain on the skin. But there you go for the most perfect lash tint and removal with no burning, itching, watery eyes, and the client feels just as relaxed as she did when she was done with her facial. You guys can follow me on Bitchin' Esthetician on Instagram, like my Facebook page, Skin Religion, or just message me on YouTube, Nicole Kukuza, for any comments and or any questions regarding any other treatments you'd like to see. So you guys have a great day.